First piece is the main bit, then we got a secondary bit and another bit and another bit. Wow! Oh, golly, yowers! Ooh. 3 videos in 1 week, what? I just realized that if I don't start making more than 2 videos a week, we will never get to all the things that you guys have asked about and all the things I keep mentioning on this channel. So 3 videos this week. Hit the like button if you like the fact that there's 3 videos this week. Today though, we are looking at something that, you know when something comes along and you go, how did nobody think of this before? It's genius, but it's also so obvious that you just go, how is that not already a thing? That's what we're looking at today, and this is for sure going on my must-buy GoPro Osmo Action 1R action camera list. If you have an action camera, you should probably have this. Before I get it open though, do the YouTubery. Hit the like button, comment below, subscribe, ring the bell, do all the things that you do. Thank you. And also before I open this, the story about the drone. If you follow this channel, you know that I lost my drone in Lake Powell. Very sad. But you also know there's more to the story. If you don't follow this channel, click there and skip to when we open this box. All right, the drone story. I probably built it up to be more than it is, but not as much as what it could be. Okay, a quick recap of what we already know. 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was at Lake Powell, went for a quick flight with the drone, and I got aircraft disconnected like 5 minutes in. It was barely out there, and then aircraft disconnected. Couldn't control the drone, couldn't see anything on the drone, and when I went and I hiked to where I thought the drone was, or where I saw an image on the screen, it wasn't in the air anymore. It had crashed. So I spent 2 hours that day searching for the drone. Then a few days later, myself and my father-in-law, we went searching for the drone, spent a couple more hours out there, and it's vast. My drone flew away from me. I don't know why, but we're here. Very difficult to find a drone out there. But the real issue, the real problem, the reason that I couldn't find it was that I couldn't find the flight record in the app. When I opened the app and I went to flight records, I couldn't see the flight record. If you don't know anything about the DJI drone system, normally you can see exactly where your drone went on a map, how high, you can see everything. You can even see your own inputs on the drone on the flight record. But for some reason, while we were out there, I could not see the flight record of the flight that I did where it crashed. So searching the vast landscape that was this canyon, it was just ridiculous. I kind of gave up. I just said, sayonara, little buddy. And I left my drone out there. But then a few days later, we got home, and while I did mentally let go of my drone, all the other drone stuff is still up there. And one day I just decided I'm gonna open the app again. I'm just gonna see. And there was an update. I did the update, and after the update, I could see the flight record of the flight where it went down. And again, if you know anything about the DJI app, how it works, it shows me exact GPS coordinates for where it went down. So I take those GPS coordinates, I plug it into Google Maps, I then look at a satellite image of the canyon that we were staying in, of the canyon that we were searching in, and I can see the spot where my drone went down. Okay, so with all this information, I text my brother-in-law, Chase, and Trent. I send him a text and I just say, anyone wanna go for a 1-day trip to Lake Powell? And my brother-in-law, Chase, responds, hell yes, grab the jet skis, come up to Vegas, pick me up, let's go out there and get your drone. So what started as like a joke text to him became a real plan. We were gonna do this. I was gonna drive to Vegas last Friday. We were gonna then just have dinner and some drinks in Vegas, have a good time, but wake up at like 3:30 a.m. on Saturday morning, drive the 4.5 hours out to Lake Powell from there, take the jet skis, drop them in the lake, ride them an hour up the lake, pull into our canyon, hike up to that spot, see if we can actually climb this hill to get to where the drone went down, and potentially rescue the drone. Then of course we would have to hike back to our jet skis, take them up to the upper marina or the mid-lake marina, dangling rope, get some gas, fuel up, and then drive the 1 hour back down the lake to Waweep, load the jet skis back up, drive back to Vegas, probably get to Vegas late Saturday night, have more drinks and fun, celebrate our drone find, and then I would drive home Sunday morning. So that was all the plan last week, but my truck was having issues. My truck that I needed to pull the jet skis, it was having some issues, so I went and tried to have that fixed, and unfortunately in the fixing process, we found out that there's some more issues with the truck. It wasn't gonna happen, and we canceled the trip. So little buddy is still sitting out there at Lake Powell, all by himself, just waiting for me to come find him. So that's the drone update. That's where we are as of now. Right now, that's where we are. I'm both trying to get my truck fixed while I also look to maybe purchase a different and new vehicle that I would then hook up jet skis to, go get Chase. We would go out to Lake Powell, we would drop the jet skis, we'd ride up there, we'll rescue little buddy and we'll bring him home. And while all of this sounds absurd. Why would you do that? You could just go buy another drone. The cost of this whole trip, this whole you might not even find it out there. That's also a possibility. We might get all the way out there and we don't find it. But the adventure and the absurdity of it is actually what adds to the adventure somehow. I don't know how, but thinking this is ridiculous. I don't know why we're doing this. Whenever you say that to yourself while you're on an adventure, you're probably on a pretty good adventure. And that's the adventure that Chase and I are going to undergo at some point, hopefully sooner rather than later. I don't think that the drone is gonna fly anymore. I would love to recover the SD card out of it. That would be pretty sweet. But the idea now, weeks later, it's just been sitting there in the sun. Probably some monsoons came through and rained on it. I'm not hopeful that it will fly, but it will be a hell of an adventure if we can go out there and recover it. And that's it. That's the drone story. That's the drone story you've all been waiting for. I'm sorry I made you wait so long. Now you see why though. It's kind of a long story. And with that, back to what's in this box. In this box is a magnetic GoPro system. In this box is a system that can make any GoPro mount that you already have into a hot swappable magnetic mount. Yeah, that's a better way to say it. This is the snap mount. Oop. The snap mount. And this whole kit, I can't believe no one thought of this before. It's so genius. It's so amazing that you just go, how is this not already a thing? Okay, so let me explain to you what this is and why I'm so damn impressed and why it's now on my must-buy GoPro accessories list. Let's first get all the pieces apart because there's multiple pieces here. The first piece is the main bit. Then we got a secondary bit and another bit. All right, first up is the main bit. Let's just use a GoPro since it's got the flip down feet and makes life so easy. This main bit, this is kind of where most of the magic happens. This is the main core to the system, and you just mount your GoPro to it, and boom, GoPro mounted to the snap mount. And now that it's on here, your GoPro is magnetic. It's magnetic to anything metal, and then it can also pivot and be at any position on something metal. What do I have metal around here that I could? Okay, this is random. This is the bottom of a pipe and drape set, but it's also a giant metal plate. GoPro mounted to the snap mount, magnetic. Mount your GoPro on anything metal and you can adjust it to different angles. Remember when we were in Hawaii and I had the GoPro on a suction mount on our hood? I would have felt a million times better if it was on a magnetic mount and not a suction mount. Because a suction mount, those things are really good on glass windows mainly. That's like the main place where I really trust a suction mount to be. But as soon as you start mounting suction mounts to metal, especially dusty metal where it's not making a great suction, in almost any situation where I'm gonna mount a GoPro to something that's metal, I will take magnets over suction anytime. Oh, speaking of mounting on the car thing, they give you this little rubber thing here. It's just like a little rubber mat thing, but the nice part of it is, one, when you magnet something on here, it's hard plastic versus metal, right? So good magnetization, but it can, I mean, it's strong. I can slide it. If I pull really hard, I can actually slide it down the metal because it's just hard plastic with metal in there versus metal. So those two things don't have a lot of friction in between them. But we add in this little rubber mat. And now one, not only do you not scratch your hood or your side panel of your car, two, it actually gives it a lot more strength because now there's friction also. I like really gotta crank it to get it off because of that additional friction that the rubber adds. So it protects your car, that's very nice, but it also gives you that added bit of friction. Oh, I forgot to show you, it's open in the back. So because this thing is magnets around the outside and it's hollow on the inside, even whatever position you're in, if you pull it off the metal surface, you can still touch the screen and do everything on the screen. Okay, if that was it, if that was the entire system, if it was just this where I could set it up like that, film something, I can magnet it to anything that's metal, that alone would be super useful, a very useful mount. And I would definitely buy it. I wouldn't put it on my must-buy list, but I would for sure buy it. So why does this go onto the must-buy list? And it's because of these guys. These two quick magnetic mounts, quick swap mounts, let's call them. I'm sure there's a better name for them. I'm sure they have a good name for them. But what these quick mounts do is turn any existing GoPro mount into a magnetic hot swappable mount. Let me explain. My two favorite mounts. The new grip mount, this is the floating tripod that I like to use, and the bite mount. Both of these, my two favorite mounts. All right, so we take this hot swappable mount, make sure I'm using the right side here. Bink, pop this on here. Okay, and I'm gonna take the other hot swappable mount, make sure I'm using the right side again. Like that, perfect. I'm gonna mount it on the bite mount. Boom, okay, so I have the new grip with one, and I have the bite mount with the other, and now I have my snap mount here, my GoPro mounted to this one. All right, so I'm filming along, I wanna put it on this thing, I just go, boom. Now I'm cruising around with my new grip, I'm talking to the camera, now I wanna use the bite mount. All I do is I just pull it off there, snap it on there, and now I have it on the bite grip. No unscrewing anything. And this works for any mount. Any mount that you have, you just put one of these things on there and then boom, it's on there. And it's on there, like, oh geez. Yeah, it's not coming off. I don't know what it would take to get it off. A good pull to get this thing off. Like one thing that I'm really excited about, I like using my suction mount and I put it on the windshield and then I get this thing all dialed in and facing forward so that the GoPro is doing a hyperlapse as we drive down the road. It's always a really good thing if you're vlogging to hyperlapse the drive because those shots kind of get you from one place to the other in the story, which is great. But it's always kind of a pain putting it into that mount system, getting it into the right spot so it's facing the right way, it's really centered on the hood and everything. And if I could just get this thing, have this sitting up there at all times in my car, this thing could always be in the right spot. And then whenever we would go for a drive, I just go, boom. And now it's ready to record in that shot. When I'm ready to take it with me, I just grab it and go. When we get back in the car, boom, easy. Magnetic. I love magnets. They're so clever. That's the most clever thing in the world is magnets. I still don't totally understand how magnets work. I understand the science behind them, but come on, that's magical. And if that was all, if it was just the fact that you had this that magnetized the things and you could angle it different ways, and you had a quick swap magnetic system, that would already be something that's probably on my must-buy list. But they give you one more mount, and this guy, see, it doesn't have anything on it. There's no mount system except one little loop for a lanyard. They give you a lanyard here. You pop it on there. And while Morgan said immediately to me when I got excited about this, she said, "That's the dorkiest thing I've ever seen." Look at that. You can wear this lanyard like this, tuck it in your shirt so no one even knows you have it. It's not even there. Take your GoPro, it's mounted on your windshield, grab it off there and then just go, wait. Iron Man. I'm the GoPro Iron Man. Now, anything that I'm doing with my hands, the GoPro is seeing. So as I do something and I'm going, let me tell you about this sweet quick mount, the GoPro is seeing that shot. And I'm a huge fan of POV shots. That's why I love the bite mount so much, is because it gives you a really good POV shot. You get that shot where your hands are in it, you're doing something, you can see both hands. And the chest mount does that similarly. If you're fishing maybe, if you're working on a car, you're a mechanic, something like that, anything right here. Maybe you're riding a bike, maybe not riding a bike. Here's the one downside of this setup is it's only as strong as your shirt is tight. So if my shirt was really tight right now, there we go. See now, now it's not really going anywhere, but I don't wear my shirts that tight. And because of that, it can move around if you lean down. If I'm like this, it's pretty solid. I would say it's mostly solid. If I jump, oh yeah, if I jump, it bounces. But if you're not doing action sports, you're just walking along doing stuff, it's pretty great. So that's one way you can use it. You don't really need the lanyard actually. The lanyard just makes it so that you could pop it on and off anytime you wanted to. But even without the lanyard, as long as you just have this piece, you could always just take it, stick it up your shirt, and then get this to do the same thing. So you don't need the lanyard, but then when you take this off, then you've got to fish this out and get that piece out. But then just having this, you can get all kinds of clever. For instance, I've been rocking the Low Pro 450 Pro Tactic backpack. But any backpack that you have, let's say it has a sternum strap, right? Get the sternum strap in there, get it nice and tight. Take this guy, put it behind the sternum strap, like so. Boom. I got a chesty on my backpack instantly. And then when I want to take it off and put it back on another mount, I just take it off and boom, I'm back to the bike mount. And then boom, back to the car mount. It's genius. It takes every GoPro mount you have and it makes it magnetic. I want to get like 10 of these and just make all of my mounts this. Because I think this is one of those systems where your imagination really is what gets you the right shot. You could do so much with it. You could even, where else could I mount on this? There's this tripod pocket. Let's see if this fits. Gonna shove this down in there. Oh yeah, fits great. Boom. New GoPro mount on my backpack. Anywhere that you can get this behind and then stick this is now a GoPro mount. Yeah, this is genius. Snap mounts, whoever makes snap mounts, you guys are clever as heck. And I like clever. I'll put a link in the description to this thing below, this whole kit, because I think I want to buy more of these. I think I want more of these so I don't have to swap them in and out. I could just have this sitting there at any given point whenever I'm ready to go and then just be able to, boom. I'm gonna go film something. Dope. Ow. What? I tripped on my backpack. Yeah, all right. Snap mounts. Oh, geez. Pretty cool. Hey, try hard. Take chances. Piece is the main bit. Then we got a secondary bit and another bit and another bit. Wow! Oh, golly, yowers! Ooh, they're very strong magnets. Ow! It got my fingers.